The first part of this tutorial is geared towards setting up a Twitter account. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to Twitter's homepage at twitter.com. Right here beneath where it says New to Twitter, just type in all of your information. After you've filled in your information, just click Sign Up. So if you filled in everything correctly, you should see something like this on your screen. You can just go ahead and select a username that you like, and then click Create My Account. After doing this, Twitter will send you an email, and in the body of that email you can just click on the link that will confirm your account, and then you should be good to go and ready to start using Twitter. So when you first log in, this should be something like what you see. This is your home page. This is where you can send tweets. It's where you can see your timeline, which is this area right here. But the first thing that you're going to want to do when you log in is find our class account. And the easiest way to do this is just by clicking Who to Follow right here at the top of the page. Then in the search window, type in our course account name, which is UVM ADV Nutrition. This is it right here, so then just click Follow. You're now following our class account, UVM Advanced Nutrition, and what that means is when you log onto your home page, which you can get to again by just clicking Home right here, on your timeline, you'll see anything that we tweet. So some of you are probably familiar with the fact that Twitter can be set up on your cell phone, and it's pretty easy to do actually. All you have to do is up here where your username is, click on that little triangle, and then click Settings. And then right here it says Mobile. Just click on that. So this is how you verify your phone number with Twitter. Again, it's pretty easy. So you're going to need to have your cell phone, and then all you'll need to do is text the word GO to 40404, and that'll let Twitter know that you have a valid cell phone number. And then over on the right hand side here, Twitter provides some basic instructions on how to get started tweeting from your phone. It's pretty easy, but it'll probably take some time to play around with and get used to. Another thing is to keep in mind is that while Twitter doesn't charge for this service, your cell phone company might. So you're going to want to look into your data plan and your texting fees, whether you have unlimited or not, and then decide if setting up Twitter to your phone is something that you want to do. So for the next portion of our tutorial, we're going to talk about how to use mentions and hashtags. Hashtags are just number signs. That's the symbol right here. And for our purpose of our class, we won't really be using hashtags too much, although you can use them if you want to. But we will be using mentions and replies in our class discussions. So mention, which is this symbol right here, is kind of Twitter's way of allowing you to catch the attention of another user, and you just need to put the @ symbol before a username. So if we're contacting our class account, we would do @ UVM Advanced Nutrition, and actually comes up right there, so we can just click on that. And let's pretend that you have a question about some of the material that Dr. Pintaro went over today, and you're hoping that your TAs or your classmates can help you out, but you're not going to tweet them all at once. What you'll do is just post it right to our course account, UVM Advanced Nutrition. So you've typed that, and then you can just go ahead and type your question. So let's say this. So now all you have to do is press tweet, and then it'll appear on your timeline, and you've now made a mention of UVM Advanced Nutrition. It's that simple. So this will appear on our account's timeline, but not on your peers. So if your peers were going to see it, they would have to do a search for @UVM Advanced Nutrition mentions. And this is really easy to do, but let's jump on a different account, and then we'll show you how to search for a mention and how to make a reply. Something you're going to want to do regularly for this class is to do a search of the mentions for UVM Advanced Nutrition. And this is really easy to do. Up here in the search window, all you're going to need to do is type @ and then just write our class username, which is, again, UVM ADV Nutrition. Hit enter. And right here we see what our fellow student recently tweeted, which is pretty cool. Now, being the awesome nutrition student you are, you feel like helping them out. So all you're going to do is just hover your cursor over top of their tweet, and right here you'll see reply. Then you can just click on that. And this is how you do a reply. It's really similar to a mention, except Twitter automatically puts in the @ symbol for you. So then you can type your response. Then you can just tweet this, and it will appear on your timeline by, again, going to our home. And you'll notice right here that what you've essentially done is made a mention of two separate users in this, since it was a reply. So you have the original user, which is UVM Advanced Nutrition, that you did the search for, and then you're replying to Nutrition Stud, which means that if your classmates were to do a search of either of these two users' names, they would find this tweet. That's what a mention is. Like anything else, using mentions and replies on Twitter is something that you really just have to play around with and practice to get used to. But as soon as you kind of understand the system, it becomes really easy and can be really useful. So we're going to move on to how to use hashtags. And like we said earlier, using hashtags isn't something that you're required to do for this portion of the course, but it can be pretty fun, and hashtags are used on Twitter for identifying keywords and concepts, and then they hyperlink them to other users on Twitter. So for an example of how to use hashtags, let's return to our student who is having trouble understanding enzyme regulation. So you want to help the student out again. So let's make another reply to nutrition student. There they are right there. And then you might say, I can help. I remember everything from hashtag biochemistry. And then you tweet that, which allows the Nutrition Stud 4 to see it, and it also will make a hashtag out of biochemistry. So if we click on this, we see it's a link, and you can click on it and we'll be able to see what all other Twitter users are currently posting about the hashtag biochemistry. So if you hashtag something, what Twitter does is kind of collect all Twitter users hashtagging that same word and then put them all together right here for you to see. So this is what people are saying about biochemistry out in the Twitter world, which is pretty cool. And you can do this for every subject. Twitter actually suggests for you some popular hashtags. Another one that might be of interest to you is hashtag new to Twitter. And you can kind of just go through these on your own. And like we said before, using hashtags is not something that you'll have to do for this class by any means, but it is something fun that Twitter offers, so you can play around with it if you want. And with that, we can conclude our Twitter tutorial. Hopefully you feel ready to start using Twitter for the class. Just to recap on things that you've learned, you should now know how to go to your home page and post a tweet from your What's Happening box. You should know how to set up Twitter to your phone over here from settings. You should know how to make a mention or reply by using the @ symbol. And finally, you should know how to hashtag a word or phrase. Thanks for listening, have fun, and happy tweeting.